What it is, man, we back here to serve some more game on the ground for them Hunger Hounds who just got the pound and are ready for the next round. So with that being said, make sure y'all sit down, put your seatbelts on. I almost said the old intro, and I'm finna pass the mic to the co-host. We're gonna let him introduce himself. What's good?
Say, man, hey, man, you already know what it is, man. We out here in this camp, man, doing what we do, man, and doing the best, man. And, everybody's sitting around right now. There's bozos right now just living life like a goddamn fool, man. So, with that being said, we in this goddamn camp, man. What you got to talk about, homie? Shout out, too, by the way, man. You might need to do another YouTube live, boy, because that's up to you. But the press conference dropped, boy, and the face offs, boy. That boy Cejudo could not take Talbot serious one bit. But you know what it is, man. Let's go.
Yeah, no. We might have to do a bonus live tomorrow because I don't normally go live on Fridays, but we might have to do a bonus live tomorrow to check that out. But with that being said, man, we're finna talk about how if you don't put in the work, you're gonna get left behind and cut out, and that's 100% facts. And the reason why I say that is because in life you have to put in work. You have to stay trying to be ahead of the game. You have to stay on top of your skill set. You have to stay on top of everything that you do. Otherwise, you're gonna get cut out. You're not gonna make the cut, and life is just gonna put you behind like a bag of trash, and you're just gonna be stuck there. A lot of people sit around and do the bare minimum, and the bare minimum ain't gonna get you nowhere. And that's 100% facts. So if you want to be able to make the cut in life, you got to be willing to put in work and do what you're supposed to do. Otherwise, you're gonna end up like a leaf in the wind. Bye bye.
A lot of people just feel entitled, like they just deserve this, bro. Like, imagine being a deer in the wild and you think you should be able to survive just because you're a deer. That's not gonna stop a country dude out there in Arkansas, Arkansanity, Bryce Mitchell. I almost said Bryce Tiller. Bryce Mitchell had asked from knocking your goddamn antlers off. What you gotta understand is you're not entitled to anything, and you don't even deserve everything you earn. You got to work hard for it. And a lot of you know that. That's why the first time that someone gives you criticism that has the credentials for it, you immediately want to blame deflect. Well, it's because they, it's because this, it's because everybody but you. You the one not getting your job done, but all of a sudden it's everybody else's fault, right? And we just supposed to believe that all of a sudden it's the galaxy. That's just destruction, just gross, funky, minded ass, goofy. So like what you have to understand, homie, is ain't nothing gonna be handed to you on a silver platter. Ain't nothing gonna be handed to you by another hand. You gotta help yourself up. A lot of y'all be sitting around like a goddamn NBA player when they get knocked across the head and they're just sitting down waiting on another player to come get them up. No, you gotta get your ass up. You gotta put one hand on the left, one hand on the right, and cha-cha slide your whole ass up. And that's just how it goes out here in this camp, man. So get up, quit sitting around and crying and just replying and sighing and whining and just over here acting like an emotional bebop. Push it, pull it, stupid ass. So with that being said, that's all I got to say on that, man. But on another topic, we're gonna talk about is, man, it's lovely to watch that press conference between Top G and that light skinned nigga. That's what I'm gonna call him because I don't know his name and no one knew his name. Heavyweight, my ass. He's a lightweight, light skinned bitch. Everything is light about that nigga. But anyways, here he is sitting around, man, I'm gonna, and he's just trying to get moments. He's trying to get clips. Well, you're trying to get clips of someone you can't even post on your social media woke platforms that you use. So what? You're gonna post that on Twitter, you're gonna get roasted. You're gonna post that on Rumble, you're gonna get roasted. Anywhere where people can actually have freedom of speech, you're gonna get roasted. But what you fail to realize, that's your boss. So while you over here thinking, oh man, I'm gonna be the next Conor McGregor, well, he told you, hey, check this out. We're gonna do what we signed up to do. But if you keep on talking, regardless of the result, will determine if you have your job or not. That means if Top G loses, because a lot of people are like, man, if he loses his whole reputation. No, he's boxing match isn't the first thing he ever lost in life. He lost years of his life in a goddamn cell for bullshit. So what if he loses? He gets back up. That man's about to be in his 40s. Do you think he has anything to lose? That's like y'all acting like Mike Tyson was never who he was back in his prime because he lost at 50 some years old. Like that's how y'all think, and y'all like, look at Mike, man. I don't even take him serious no more. I'd beat him up. And then all of a sudden, when you see him and you say, "I'll whoop your ass," and he knock your ass into the clouds, then you're like, "What happened?" No, it was fake when he fought Jake. No, Jake just actually knows how to box, and he's in his prime. So like, y'all are just goofy, and it's just like it was funny when Top G told him that because you could tell he was hurt, but he had to respond because he's at a press conference. But boy, he's trading on. Imagine having a championship and your boss still not giving a fuck. Dana White's the same way. Imagine if Ilya goes, I'm not fighting nobody else until they let me fight Islam. He's gonna take the belt from him. And then if he doesn't fight anyone else, he's gonna kick his ass out of the UFC like they did with Francis Ngannou. Dana's telling John Jones right now, we don't gotta put you on the White House card, bro. We told you to fight Tom. You thought you didn't want to do it. So guess what? I want to fight Alex. Well, too bad. Y'all got to understand that you are not your boss's boss. If you want to be your own boss, become an entrepreneur.
That's 100% facts, man. And it's funny because you say when somebody says Mike Tyson that I'll whoop you, they wouldn't even say that to him in person because they already know what he'd be capable of doing. But no, man, it's goofy, and Tate really did pull a top G move by buying the rights to that promotion and becoming the CEO. That's like next level, like mafia type move. And you know that dude Chase is mad. You know he's mad because he can't say what he wants to say to him because that is his boss. And at the end of the day, you got to respect him as the boss. Otherwise, you're gonna be out of work. Um, it's just goofy, but I can't wait for this fight. 'Cause it's gonna be a legendary boxing fight. Y'all sitting around talking about legendary what legend? Yeah, guess you go step in that ring. You go step in that ring. I bet you won't. You sitting around talking about how Tate's this and Tate's that, but you wouldn't even spar him, let alone step in the ring with him. So, with that being said, keep talking. I mean, all it is at the end of the day is talk. And you know you ain't doing nothing with your life. So, with that being said, go ahead. Keep that finger up your ass.
I mean, here it is. You're sitting around telling them to step into a ring. A lot of these waffle size plus motherfuckers can't even step into their boxers. They're walking around wearing no drawers because they can't fit their goddamn thighs in there. So I mean, like you're asking people to step in the ring, they can't even step into their fucking shoes because they I see me rolling. They hate they're riding dirty. So that's just how it goes, man. We headed to TikTok. We'll catch y'all marks later. Peace.
Make sure y'all share with your friends, your families, mummies, your aunties, your grannies, and everybody else y'all know. With that being said, we out. Deuces.